Hello, gorgeous soul. Are you ready for an extreme planetary grand finale? Yes, it's the final season of Neptune in Pisces. All the weird, magical, strange, and absolutely bonkers stuff that's happened in the past 11 years is here, and it's going to be peak. It's going to be more. It's coming to a conclusion that ends in January 2026. On top of that, we've got Pluto direct, a Grand Air Trine, a kite, and a mystic rectangle. What does it mean? Absolute clarity and transformation. Here's your monthly astrology. Sagittarius, October is all about you coming into your power, feeling your power, trusting your power, and pushing on to what's right for you. You may see some people come and go, but the people that come in are the right people for you. There's a group of people supporting you, but you have to believe in yourself now. It's time for radical honesty with yourself, which, as we know, this is your superpower with other people. Turn that superpower within, and great and magnificent, incredible things are happening this month. But let's start at the beginning. Mercury, the planet of communication, is square your ruler Jupiter. So you've got to make some decisions about the groups of people you're mixing with, your belief system. You may find there's a push me, pull me, or power struggle in that area, but you will rise and come out on top if you're true to yourself. There may be some wounds activated, and happiness is very important to you. You are the most optimistic sign. So when you're not allowed your freedom or your creativity or your happiness, you can feel like, quite wounded. And you're being urged to look, thanks to Chiron, the wounded healer, about times where you've been under peer pressure or group pressure, or in a situation at work or any environment actually, with more than two people, where you feel you're not allowed to express yourself. This may come up for you at the beginning of the month, but you are coming through it. Your power individually is greater than the power of anybody in your immediate group that's oppressing you. You're going to break free, and you're going to speak your opinions freely, and you will find support and other people backing you up. And you might find that you become in a position of power in a group, but there is a big shift and a big change. Now, Venus, the planet of love, is opposing the North Node. Anything to do with the nodes I pay attention to, because it's about our destiny, it's about our future. And for you, you are going through some transition to find your ideal home and family. It is there. It is like a shining beacon of light of where you're going to end up. But to do that, you have to deal with any restrictions around you. Now, for you, the idea of home and family may differ to other people because it has to have an element of freedom as well as security. But you will get a sign this month about the way to go. Follow those signs and trust yourself when it comes to that. Now, Mercury is shifting signs and entering Scorpio, and for you, it's a time where you may have a few blurred boundaries. Things are coming to the surface. You're going to find the truth out if it's been hidden, and also you're super intuitive. You can look at someone and know what's going on inside them. Trust that. However, the one word of warning with that is you might end up in a secret conversation, or like be tempted to have an affair or do something, but it's like all blurred boundaries, or you're in a kind of flirt with someone and you shouldn't really, but it's like pushing the boundaries, quite exciting. I wouldn't necessarily do that unless you feel 100% you'd be happy if everyone knew about it. Avoid all secrets, really. The full moon, supermoon in Aries, very good for you because it's fellow fire sign. So there's it could be a peak of pleasure, joy, happiness, excitement, flirtation, passion around the 7th of October. Mercury is square Pluto. So again, make sure that passion or that excitement is with someone appropriate. Otherwise, it could get very complicated. And there's a lot of emotion, a lot of joy, a lot of excitement around that full moon. You're a little bit of a Tigger around that time. Now, Venus enters Libra, and things get a lot easier for you in terms of mixing with other people. You're very magnetic. So if you walk into a crowded place, people will be very drawn to you. Also, you could find yourself unexpectedly attracted to someone or meeting someone in a group that ends up being quite important to you, and it's like sudden, out of the blue, as Venus trines Uranus. If you are in a great relationship, go out to a concert, do something where other people are there, but the two of you feel great together, because it bonds you and you realize how fabulous you both are. But certainly you're mixing with new groups of people. You're excited about life after the 14th. And in fact, the 14th is a turning point, because it is the most powerful day of the month. Super, super, super important. Venus opposes Neptune. Pluto goes direct, which is great for you. You may have been struggling with communication to do with the past. All of that is cleared up now, and you're having a rebirth and a fresh way of thinking, fresh ideas, and it's like total liberation in the way that you communicate. And there is the Grand Air Trine. Venus in Libra, trine Pluto in Aquarius, trine Uranus in Gemini, trine Venus in Libra. Again, you're going to be the center of attention in a group. Also, I would definitely manifest, put your ideas out there on the 14th, because we've got a kite and a mystic rectangle. What are they? Well, a kite gives us the ability to fly high over a situation, and for you it's to do with relationships, communication and pleasure, and to see things really clearly, not from an emotional point of view, but just a knowledge, your inner knowing. You have the wisdom and the truth presented to you from above. And the mystic rectangle, it's almost like a letter from the universe. Information is coming your way to set you free. And also there might be an adventure in the offing, or a group activity that makes you feel excited. It makes you feel like you're pushing yourself, and it has a deep significance, and it is a turning point for you. So the 14th, wow, everything is kicking off on that day, and it's super exciting. Now the sun is square Jupiter, lots of squares to your ruler this month, but it's, even though it feels like you're being pushed, it's actually showing you how powerful you are if you allow yourself to understand that. So if you find yourself feeling like, oh, I'm being pushed too strong, just take a moment outside of the situation. Think, if I was totally in my power, how would I handle this? And you will get not only an answer, you will feel a surge of energy rise up, and you will have an awareness of your power. Now, Mercury and Mars are conjunct in Scorpio. My goodness, you could go off on a right romantic tangent on that day. Or just do not be delulu on October the 21st. There is such passion in your spirit, but very blurred boundaries. Nobody knows quite what's going on. Having said that, it's also the day of the new moon in Libra, which is squaring your ruler. So again, this theme about groups of people, I would manifest on that new moon, because your ruler's involved. And again, if you don't feel powerful, manifest your power on that day. You could actually meet someone really influential if you go out, or even online, that is someone that you view as really, really powerful, that is an inspiration. Basically, they're probably a mirror of your own power, but you look up to them in some way. Know that you're their equal, but it's going to be significant. Now, Neptune re-enters Pisces. The season finale for you is all about home and family. So you've been going through all of this magical, strange, karmic stuff to do with home and family. You might have had weird moves in the past 11 years, weird experiences connected to family, meeting people that feel like family, but they're not your blood relations. Whatever it is, please let me know in the comments, by the way. It's a peak of all of that. And hopefully a big reward is coming to you that will show up like a new home or something positive around your home or family. The sun enters Scorpio. Now, don't forget, we've already got Mars there. And there's this sense of just you being super sensitive and psychic and in tune and romantic and empathetic. Use that for good. Don't get caught up in anything shady, because the shadow side of that is sort of shady, blurred boundaries, untruths, doing something you know you shouldn't do, but you enjoy it, like a drug, like addiction. In fact, addiction is another way that can show up. Just enjoying things that are like hidden. Jupiter is square Chiron. That will probably be a big day for you, October the 23rd, because again, you're being urged to trust your power and creativity. And if there is any wounds connected to you being able to express yourself and to be happy, childhood wounds probably. Well, I don't know, it could even be recent wounds, but whatever it is, it's coming up to heal, and your ruler is really, really going to help you with that. In good news, Mercury is trine Jupiter on the 24th. That's a very, very pleasant day. Look out for strange synchronicity or something magical that happens on that day. Something extraordinary could take place on that day. Then Mars is trine Jupiter. Happy days. And you're finding yourself. There's also a grand water trine, which is your intuition, and strange and odd things are going to happen this month, which bring the truth to light. Now, amazingly, Mercury is entering your sign on October the 29th. Fabulous news, because this gives you the gift of the gab and gives you magic in your words, your thoughts, and what you put out there into the world. People are listening to you. The universe is listening to you when Mercury enters Sagittarius. So make the most of that. This month has such potential, and it ends actually with Mercury sextile Pluto. Let go of things, and particularly let go of people that you feel are not communicating with you in a healthy way. It's time for you to step into your power and be free to have the pleasure and happiness you deserve. Take care, gorgeous. Do subscribe, like, share, comment. So helpful to me, and I really appreciate it. Lots of love. So why do we at Michele Knight give you a 5-minute, no questions asked guarantee? Well, our psychics are some of the very best in the world. They are handpicked. They have 5 rigorous test readings, the final one with me, and I require very detailed information, things they couldn't possibly know just by looking at Google or social media. We want you to be totally blown away by your reading, to feel that you've chosen a psychic who you can bond with, who gets you and gives you such specific information you feel completely reassured. If this doesn't happen within the first 5 minutes, don't be shy, just put down the phone and your minutes will be topped up or refunded. Your reading should be uplifting, full of clarity and advice, and leave you empowered to make the right decisions for you. We want Michele Knight to be your spiritual home.